Alright everyone, and welcome back to the Highland Collector YouTube channel. So yesterday HasbroPulse hosted a Star Wars fan stream here on YouTube, in which they revealed some pretty cool new Black Series figures. Well, I say new, most of these were leaked about a week ago, and have since gotten into the hands of many collectors. But despite this, Hasbro still had to officially show them off, even though there's already in-depth reviews of all of these figures currently available. But just to quickly recap what we've already seen before, there are 3 new figures added to the Ahsoka line, which is of course based off the new show, the first of which being a new Ezra Bridger, who is obviously based on the character's live action appearance, but it is basically at the same time a Rebels figure, as it is his look from the finale of Rebels, as well as the hologram from the Ahsoka show too. But he will be number 2 in the Ahsoka line, with his place in the mural being between Ahsoka number 1 and also Sabine number 3. And although we haven't seen much of him in the show yet, unlike Ahsoka and Sabine, it is nice we're getting him this early on. And compared to the previous Ezra from the Rebels line, this one looks fairly different and pretty unique, as like I said, it's essentially the version of the character we saw in Rebels Season 4, with the shorter hair. For accessories, this figure comes with his green lightsaber, plus a blaster, but I especially love the colours used here, as the orange and yellow really pop, therefore making him really stand out in any collection. Another thing I think Hasbro also did a really great job with was the head sculpt, because it has a really good likeness to the actor who plays him now, and the 2 scars on his cheek are a really nice detail too. So overall, a pretty solid figure. I just wish I could say the same for the next 2. Now, it was always obvious that Morgan Elsbeth would get her own figure in the Black Series, as she was rumoured to be joining the Vintage Collection for a while, so it's no one's surprise that we got her in the Black Series, and she will be number 4 in the Ahsoka line. Don't get me wrong, I think the figure itself does look really good. I quite enjoy the red they use for the body, which goes really great with the black dress, and the likeness is also really great as well. However, where this figure falls down is the fact it doesn't have any accessories whatsoever, which leaves it looking rather lackluster, because this definitely hurts the overall figure, especially when we'll be paying £20+ for it. So I definitely see this one as a future peg warmer. I mean, they could have added some accessories, such as the map, or even the Beskar spear. I know she doesn't have it at this point anymore because it's been turned into baby clothes, but it would have been better than nothing. Now, following Elsbeth as the 5th figure in the Ahsoka line is actually a red HK assassin droid. Now, I believe this is mostly just a repaint of the standard one we saw released last year in the Mandalorian line, but this time he's just red. And this could have looked a lot cooler than how it actually turned out, and this could be a personal thing, but I'm just not a fan of the red they chose, and I think it should have been a darker colour similar to what we saw on the other HK droid. Again, I think this also suffers from a lack of weathering as well, as some dirt and scratch would have probably gone a long way with this one to make it look like the droid we saw in the show. Therefore, if Hasbro did this, it would have made for a much better figure. This one's just kinda meh. Now next we actually have a reissue, and that's Chopper, and I for one have no issue with this, as the original has been rising on the second-hand market like crazy. Now this figure is exactly the same for the most part. There are some small differences, but this is only with the flame pieces, as they are very slightly different to the ones included in the previous version. But Chopper himself seems to be the exact same war crime committing droid. But do note this one will be number 8 in the Rebels line because it has a different box art and is a new addition to the mural as well. Which is interesting because you would have thought if they were going to change the box art, why not just brand him as an Ahsoka figure just to keep things consistent, but whatever. So with these 4 reveals, we now have a look at the complete 39th wave of the Black Series, and a set will contain 1 Ahsoka, 2 Ezras, 1 Sabine, 1 Elsbeth, 1 HK Assassin Droid, and also 2 Choppers. So if you're looking for a full box, hopefully that helped. But now we can finally talk about the exciting new reveals that thankfully weren't leaked on eBay, as these 2 next ones are pretty great, with the best reveal of the day being Professor Huyang, who will be number 7 in the Ahsoka line. And he is a long overdue Clone Wars character who not only looks great in live action, but in the 6-inch scale too. Hasbro really knocked it out of the park with this one. Everything about it is incredible, from the great new molds, the colours, and even the accessories, which includes his backpack with his 2 extra arms, as well as his iPad thing and whatever the hell this is. I mean, it's always great seeing new droids added to the Black Series, and this one definitely has to be the best reveal of the day. However, second place easily goes to this next reveal, which is the mysterious Inquisitor Marrok, who will be number 8 in the line, and is a good figure, yet it does have some features denying it from being truly great, like Huyang. So don't get me wrong, this figure does look pretty awesome, for the most part. The sculpts are great, especially the new helmet. His lightsaber looks pretty cool, and in addition to this, the soft goods cloak is a really nice inclusion. But the thing I don't enjoy about this figure is the paint of the rusting on the armour, as it just looks a bit too orange, and in my opinion ruins what could have been a truly amazing figure. I get in the show it is old armour, and I'm not against the rust being there, it's just the execution in this render art makes it look a bit awkward, and hopefully it is better in the final release so it doesn't come out looking like some sort of figure from the credit collection. But that about does it for the new figure reveals. However, we did get some Black Series pipelines as well, with the first one being Momana Don, or Hammerhead as he's more commonly known as, who will most likely just be a retool of this Galaxy's Edge exclusive, but still he's an incredibly iconic Cantina alien, and I'm glad we're finally getting him in the New Hope line. Now we also got a multi-pack tease too, which will include R5-D4 as well as some pit droids too. Now this one's pretty lazy and doesn't interest me at all, as we've gotten these figures in the past. But for the last piece of Black Series news, we do also have this Sabine electronic helmet. That looks pretty fire, but more interestingly it looks like Balin Skull may have been teased on the box art for Marrok, so he is looking very likely to become the 9th figure in the Ahsoka line. Oh, and I almost forgot, this is what a full case of Wave 38 figures will look like. But anyway, that's about does it for today. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of all these figures and which ones are your favourites. And hopefully we do see more at PulseCon coming in the next couple of weeks. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.